I told him not to do this. Hello lovely YouTube family, welcome back to Curiosity Lounge. In today's video we are going to talk about I told him not to do this. Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Number 8. Omar Locklear's Wing Walks. We've all seen old newsreel footage of wing walkers, those insane stunt performers who walk out onto the wing of an airplane mid-flight and hang on as the plane does flips and loop-de-loops, and we've all thought, man, those people are effing crazy. Well, no wing walker was as crazy as stunt performer Omar Locklear. This nutjob first got noticed by film goers in the first part of the 20th century when the daredevil pilot flew several planes in World War I set movies. Hollywood executives then noticed that Omar Locklear would leave the cockpit of the plane and walk out onto the wing as the plane was in the air to simply tweak the engine or repair a piece of the wing. A star was quickly born and Omar Locklear became the most famous wing walker of all time. Briefly. Sadly, Omar Locklear died in 1920 while performing a wing stunt. His plane caught fire and crashed, killing both him and destroying the plane. Number 7. Jackie Chan's Rotterdam Slide. Jackie Chan is a pretty lovable actor, but he's also pretty damn crazy. Over nearly 4 decades in the movies, the Hong Kong actor and stuntman has performed almost all of his own stunts. Some of them truly mind-blowing, but his biggest and craziest stunt was probably the one he did in the 1998 movie Who Am I?, where he performed a free-fall slide down the face of a Willemswerf building in Rotterdam, the Netherlands. Jackie slid down 21 stories of slanted glass for the film and walked away unscathed. Pretty incredible, and while Jackie Chan has been beaten up on many of his movie sets, he did not get a scratch carrying out one of the biggest stunts of his career. Remarkable. Number 6. Alain Robert, Skyscraper Climber. What is it with the French and performing death-defying stunts on skyscrapers? Alain Robert is another French daredevil who goes by the nickname Spider-Man because of his penchant for illegally scaling the sides of skyscrapers around the world. What makes Alain Robert's stunts particularly nutty is the fact that he scales the skyscrapers illegally, with no practice and no safety net. He literally just shows up and starts climbing. Some of the notable buildings he has crawled his way up include the Eiffel Tower in Paris, the Sears Tower in Chicago, the Petronas Twin Towers in Malaysia, the Taipei 101 building in Taiwan, and many others. He's been arrested every time he does this, yet he continues to climb like a human spider. Number 5. The Bungee Jump from GoldenEye. It's been voted the greatest movie stunt of all time and is in the Guinness Book of World Records. We're talking, of course, about the bungee jump off the 220-meter Swiss dam at the start of the 1995 James Bond movie GoldenEye. This incredible stunt, performed by British stuntman Wayne Michaels, set a world record for the highest and longest bungee jump from a solid structure. The stunt apparently took more than 3 months to design, involved more than 24 engineers, and required nearly 100 permits and waivers. But the end result was spectacular. Incredibly, the entire stunt was performed and captured in one take. 007 would be proud. Number 4. Philippe Petit's Tightrope Walk. The whole endeavor was brilliantly captured in the documentary Man on Wire, as well as in the recent movie The Walk, starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt. But the tightrope walk performed in 1974 between the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center by French daredevil and tightrope walker Philippe Petit continues to astound and bewilder. The fact that this feat was accomplished in New York City made it all the more hyped. Using a bow and arrow, Petit and his team shot a fishing line from the South Tower to the North Tower and then passed larger lines back and forth, which eventually resulted in enough cables to sustain the walk between the towers. Philippe Petit made use of a lot of intrigue to accomplish this amazing feat, which was totally illegal by the way. He was arrested right after the tightrope walk, but the charges were eventually dropped, and the world was left with a lasting legacy of a truly crazy stunt. Number 3. Nick Rowley. Nick Rowley performed a video where he got really late for the train, so he performed stunts to reach his destination as soon as possible. Every person who watched him doing all these stunts got surprised and surely impressed. He made it to the train on time, which is really awesome but equally dangerous. You never know what could happen if you are not professional. So, I will just give you the suggestion to take other trains for God's sake. Number 2. Harry Houdini's Chinese water torture stunt. Arguably the greatest stunt performer of all time, Harry Houdini probably deserves his own top 10 list. However, probably the most insane, over-the-top stunt Houdini who billed himself as a magician and stuntman, performed was the Chinese water torture cell. The stunt saw Houdini placed head down into a giant tank filled with water. His feet were shackled and the tank was covered. However, Harry Houdini apparently really managed to unlock his feet and escape the water-filled tank without spilling a drop of water. Several times he narrowly escaped. One time he had to be resuscitated, but always he managed to escape. When Houdini died, his instructions were for the tank to be burned and destroyed, but his brother, Theodore Hardin, donated it to a collector of Houdini artifacts instead, but the mysteries of the tank have never been revealed. Number 1. Dave the Bullet Smith Human Cannonball. There are guys who earn a living being shot out of a cannon, and then there's Dave the Bullet Smith Jr., aka the Human Cannonball. Bullet, as he prefers to be called, has taken being fired out of a cannon to the next level, a new extreme if you will. Not content to simply be shot into the air and land on a net or air mattress, Dave Smith regularly has himself launched more than 200 feet across parking lots and stadiums to the roar of the crowd. To date, he has more than 5,000 cannon shots to his name, and he holds the world record for the longest distance a human cannonball was ever shot at more than 200 feet. The bullet comes by his stunt performing ways naturally. His father, Dave Cannonball Smith Sr., held the old record for furthest cannonball shot. Guess this whole cannonball thing is hereditary. That's all for today. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so that you never miss any amazing videos from us.